beginning without yelling at Timmy, but. You want me to yell at you? I can yell at you. Wait, stop it. Okay. That was, okay. Oh, because you would do 100. Usually with you, I have to go, let's just do 1. Yeah. Okay, so this morning, we will begin at the wall. If you'd like to bring your mat with you, you're welcome to. I am just going to make this nice and easy on myself and not move my mat. So we will begin in a Baddha Konasana position with our legs up the wall. So slide your tushes all the way up, noticing I'm facing to one side. It makes it a little bit easier to get your butt to the wall, and then come down carefully to the back. From there, shimmy yourself into a comfortable position so the soles of the feet come together. My hands can rest to the inner thighs or just have them drop to the floor. Nice and easy. In this position, notice if you're hugging in anywhere, if you have a natural tendency to pull into the low belly, into the inner thighs, and encourage these places to gently relax. Notice what direction your tailbone is. Can you lengthen your tailbone towards the wall and flatten out the low back as comfortably as you can? Not aggressively, just comfortably. As we settle in on our mats, starting to quiet, calm, and relax, ask yourself, what emotions did you bring to your mat this morning? Are you feeling peaceful, calm, excited, content, or perhaps maybe a little more stressed, worried, fearful, angry? Of course, we would ideally rather be in the former emotion group, positive, content, but that's not always the case, especially in a time of uncertainty. And one thing that in my years of practice I've noticed is that the emotion I always need to leave outside my yoga space is anger. If I feel angry, I tend to be more competitive with myself, more frustrated, more not as forgiving to myself when I'm practicing. So I would like to implore you all to leave these darker emotions off of the mat, resisting those thoughts creeping in. And yeah, leave your mat feeling positive and lighter. So take just a few more breaths. And as you inhale, tell yourself to feel calm. And as you exhale, let go of these negative emotions. Try not to change anything in the upper part of the body, but slide one leg up and out and then followed by the other. So you're now in more of an Upavishta Konasana style position on the wall. Notice how the tailbone might have changed. Can you keep it drawing towards the floor, pressing the low back down, and then allowing the legs to perhaps slide down the wall a couple more inches? We don't need to do too much with the feet here. We don't have a lot weight bearing on the legs. We're just asking gravity to assist us. And slowly bring your legs together up the wall. Let's point our toes, flex the feet, keep the tailbone down, belly in. When we have the belly in, we want it to feel as if the belly's contracting, almost as if you were bracing for someone to hit you. But in a yoga room, that would never happen. Slide the feet down the wall, knees into the chest, wrap your arms around your shins, rocking gently right and left. Roll to your right side, rest for a moment there. And then slowly crawl yourself towards the middle of your mat and find tabletop position. Once we find our tabletop, we'll open up the wrists a little bit, shifting the weight forward and back, allowing the shoulders to go past the wrists, aiming them toward your fingertips. Pausing at center, turn the hands out right and left, so the fingers are pointing at 3 and 9 o'clock. And then shift your weight to the right and over to the left. Pausing back at center, readjust left hand to face forward. Right fingers turn towards the right knee. Before you shift your weight back, keep the fingers down, but peel the heel of the hand up, the thumb, and come up onto the knuckles into the palm of the hand. Now work to straighten your arm and lean gently back. I recently had a wrist injury, and I tell you what, this helped it a lot. Slowly plant your heel down, readjust right fingers to turn forward. Left fingers turn in, and once again, lift the heel of the hand, the thumb, and come up on just to the metacarpal knuckles. And then straighten the arm and shift the weight back. Plant the heel down, turn the fingers around, extend your right foot out onto the floor to the right side, plant down to the four corners, and come on up to a kneeling position. Right hand slides down right leg, lift the left thigh straight up towards the ceiling, and then stretch the left arm over the ear. Pull the abdomen down as you continue to lift up and over to the right. Arms into a T, look down to see where you're going, left hand to the floor, right arm comes up and overhead. Press the hips forward, lift the right hip to press it open to the sky, and keep the contact with the right foot. Sweep the right hand down and around in front, allowing the left hand to come too. Untuck your left toes and shift your hips back. You can take the left knee out almost as if you were coming into a child's pose, keeping the right foot planted, and send your hips back. Head comes down. Keep the right inner thigh lifting and super strong. Inhale, lift up to table, readjust right leg in next to left. If you need to shift your weight side to side or anything, please feel free to take a moment there. Then exhale, send the left foot out, crawl the hands in, inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, left hand down, lengthen the right thigh straight up and take the arm over the ear. Continue allowing the hips to move forward, pull the belly in, and just like we were on the floor, imagine pressing your low back into the wall behind you. Arms into a T. Let that right hand travel down to the floor, lift up through the left arm, overhead. Hips move forward. Left hand sweeps down and around so you find the front of your mat. Untuck the right toes and send the hips back and down. Again, you can readjust the right knee out to the right. You might feel a little more comfortable. Good. Keeping that left inner thigh really active and strong. Inhale, lift up. Exhale into tabletop. Shift your weight side to side, and then we'll gently curl the toes, sliding the legs back to lift the hips up and back, downward dog. I'd like to ask you all to start paying attention to what part of the body you lift yourself up and back into from finding your down dog. So in your tabletop, you lift your butt up, you lift up from the low back, you lift up from the low belly. Where do you find that action to find your down dog? If you have been moving in your down dog, please work towards a stable, static dog and take 3 nice, long, slow breaths in this shape. The bottom of that exhale, look forward and start to travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, pause there. Pull the belly in, allowing the tailbone to lengthen to the floor, and then draw your chest forward as your shoulders slide to the hips. Exhale, belly in and fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingers to floor. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out to the side, up overhead. Bring the palms together. Press the palms together, hug the elbows in. If this is an extremely difficult action, bring your elbows down. Press the hands together with the elbows bent to find that, and then straighten the arms up more. And holy moly, do you feel like your arms work harder? Exhale, hands in front of your heart, let that go. Close the eyes at the top of the mat. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. Exhale, arms down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or hands to the floor. Exhale, step back, plank pose, lower down in the exhalation to chaturanga. Belly in, inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pull that belly in, hips up and back, downward facing. So if you're wondering the mystery, the answer to the question I asked you all to think about, you need to move from the belly. Hug the hips in when you are in your upward facing or cobra. The outer hip points in, the belly in. Tone the pelvic floor and lift your hips up and back to go to down dog. When you're ready, look forward and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms all the way on up. Exhale, arms to the side, Samastitihi. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, your halfway pose. Exhale, palms down, step or hop back, lowering to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, belly in, tone the pelvic floor, downward facing. Send the energy of the fingers forward and down. Press into the knuckles. Trying to lengthen the arms all the while keeping the shoulders pressing towards the hips, hollowing out the armpits. As you're ready, look forward and step, hop, float up to the top of the mat into the inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift all the way on up. Exhale, hands to your sides. One more time. Inhale, lift, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha. Exhale, make your way, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Nice pike position there, Wade. Your hips are getting over those shoulders. I love it. You are always welcome to skip any vinyasas offered here, staying where is best for your body in each posture, each offering given. Everything is an invitation and not an obligation. When you're ready, let's all journey to the top of the mat. Exhaling as you go. Inhaling halfway at the top. Exhale, bow. Inhale all the way on up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down to the side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow, hands behind your back. You can bring your feet a couple inches apart if you have the tendency to have your feet together. Then take your knuckles up overhead, interlace them behind your back, and take your knuckles up overhead, hugging the elbows in towards each other, trying to pull the shoulder blades down the back as you fold down your straight legs. Please bend the knees as generously as you need to. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And then gently bend the right knee, straighten the left. Tilt your chest open to the left, looking up. Coming back to center, straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee and open the chest gently to the right. Keep your hips squared. And then exhale, fold. Release your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step or hop back, plank pose to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, lift the right leg. Keep the right hip point down towards the floor. Point your toes up and back on the right foot. Lift up onto the left toe so the heel lifts, and lift your right leg another inch higher. Keep your right foot where it is and set the left foot back to the floor. Exhale, knee to your nose. Pull that in deeply and send the foot forward, left knee down. Low lunge. You can set up taking your time, hands to your hips, and trying to hug that right thigh bone straight back, the back edge of your mat. Then take the arms overhead. Your left arm will stretch forward, right arm will stretch back. Notice that same action we created with our thigh. Move that right thigh bone straight back, keeping your chest open in the twist. Try not to change the bottom half and allow the torso to twist to the right. Reach out through your fingers in opposite directions. Right hand goes to the left hamstrings, left arm stretches up, and taking a gentle twisted back bend. Don't feel like you have to overexert, just allow the chest to lift. Exhale, take your hands down around your right foot, step it back, plank pose to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Same other side. Inhale, left leg up. Square your left hip down to the floor, and then point your left toe straight up. Inhale up onto the right tippy toes, lift the left leg, and then press the right heel back down to the mat. Knee into the nose, use that belly, use your pelvic floor, pull the foot forward, right knee comes down. Hands to hips. Again, try and take your left hip, hug it straight back as if you're trying to draw your leg into you. Then the arms come overhead. Don't worry so much about whether or not your right hip is perfectly squared forward. I find more often than not, it's very uncomfortable to try and do that. So pay attention just what the front leg's hip is doing. Take the right arm forward, left arm back. Keep the left thigh pressing straight back. And then work from the upper part of the body. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist. Stretch out through the fingers. Right, that's my left hand to the right leg, right arm reaches up and slightly back. Pull the belly in, keep the chest over the pelvis. As you exhale, hands frame your front foot, step back to plank, lower down, or go straight to dog. Yogi's choice. When you're ready, look forward and take a nice little hop up to the top of the mat. Nothing too overly ambitious, just a hop up. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way on up. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. You know the drill. Step back. We meet in dog. How you get there is your choice. Beautiful. Once we meet in our down dog, please inhale, right leg on up. Lift the right leg. Keep the hip point down and point your right toes. Lift your left heel. Lift the leg higher. Then keep that foot where it is and lower the left foot to the floor. Knee into the nose. Pull the foot forward, high lunge. Left toes curl under. Press that right thigh bone straight back as the arms lift overhead. Pull your belly in and up. Allow the tailbone, the booty to move down towards the earth. Left arm forward, right arm back. Lift the left thigh up away from the ground. Hug the right hip back and then twist your chest, perhaps looking to the right, or extra balance challenge, looking to the right thumb. Exhale, left hand to the floor inside your right foot, right arm on up. Press the ground away and take your left shoulder as far away from your ear as you can. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Take the right foot to the middle of your mat in a kickstand pose or a modified side plank. Lift your right heel up. Stay there, or perhaps lift your right foot up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Knee to chest, plank pose, lower down. Inhale, lift the left leg. Again, keep your left hip squared so the knee is pointing in towards the middle of your mat. Left toes straight up. Lift your right heel up and lift the left toes higher. Lower the right heel. Left knee comes into the nose and then set the foot forward. High lunge, other side. Arms all the way on up. Check in with the left thigh. What is it doing? Can you lift the right thigh, keep it pressing up and back, and then move your left knee forward? Gives you more of like a splitting apart action. Right arm forward, left arm switches back. Stretch out through the fingers. Keep everything active, working. Exhale, right hand to the floor inside the left foot. Lift the left arm. Try and draw that right shoulder away from the ear. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. So the now outer edge of the foot is planted. Take the left foot to the middle of the mat. Lift your left heel. Stay there or lift the left foot. Left knee into the chest, left hand down, plank pose, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. As you exhale, bring your knees down to the mat, sit back on your heels. We'll work a little bit today on our jump forwards from our down dog. A lot of class today is inspired for Janet. Sorry, and for you too, and for Marcy always. But Janet and I work together on Fridays, and so she and I have been working on a nice jump forward for her. It's called the Zoom. And so what we do here is we keep our feet very low to the floor as your hips lift up. So I come forward, I bend my knees, and then I keep my feet low and work to have my legs straight. So this is, you want to be able to pull into your belly as we work on these kinds of actions. So you can pull the feet forward a little bit. Now, if you like to get a little bit higher up into the air, which I know my boys in-house do, so I will have myself in my down dog. I always take my feet in about a footprint to shorten my stance. Now notice I'm going to inhale forward, shoulders towards fingertips, bend my knees, and that's when I get my momentum to come up. Plant your feet, come down, right? So don't be overly ambitious, worrying about how high your hips can go, but in your brain go, get your hips up high and see if you can get yourself forward, right? So just for a moment, let's try 2 or 3, either trying to keep the feet really low or get the feet really high, knees into your chest, right? Try not to go super fast, going like jump 1, jump 2, jump 3, because you're gonna wear yourself out. Make each distinct, keep your feet lower. Lower there. So you basically are like an inch above the ground. I know, right? Yeah. Nice, Wade. Good. You're getting there now. You're getting there. So let's do one more. And then meet me at the top of the mat when you're ready. Nice, Marcy. Did I lose Janet? Where'd Janet go? All right, exhale, fold. Maybe I offended her. Inhale, I didn't. All the way on up. I wonder if her internet went out. Exhale, hands to your side. Beautiful. Take a moment at the top of your mat and just settle in. Let that all drift away. Don't worry if you didn't go all the way up. If that's new for us, if it's scary, then just take a moment each time you practice to try it, and maybe over time it'll be less intimidating. I know it took me many years to start to feel comfortable doing that. As you're ready, open the eyes, inhale, arms to your side, and then sit into your chair pose. Arms come on up overhead, knees slide back, belly in. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Your choice, make your way back to plank to chaturanga and find your down dog. Good, Wade. That was really good. All right. From your down dog, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward, high lunge. Arms come up overhead. Make sure everything's nice and movable. Don't be super rigid. Hands in front of your heart, twist your chest to the right, lean forward and set the left elbow lightly outside the right thigh. Don't ground down, nothing overly working here. Look at your right foot, step the left foot forward to meet the right, twisted chair pose. Perhaps work a little harder here, left tricep presses into the thigh so you can lift your navel. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to the heart, twist to the left, right elbow outside thigh. Keep the knees in together, press your hips back, twist your chest open and up. Look down at the left foot, carefully send the right foot back into the twisted high lunge. Inhale, up, high lunge. Fidget, readjust your pose as needed. Exhale, hands down, three-legged dog. Lift the left leg up and back. Let's stack the hip open, bend the knee. Bring the left foot back forward, return to the high lunge. Hands in front of your heart, twist your chest to the left. Again, set the elbow down outside the thigh, but don't press the elbow. Try and work the torso more to the left than pressing down. Look at your left foot, step the right foot forward. And from here, you may work your twist a little bit more. Inhale, lift to chair pose. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, twist to the right. And take the left elbow outside the thigh. Look down at your right foot. Carefully send the left foot back. Inhale, high lunge. On an exhale, hands down, three-legged dog. Lift the right leg. And bring the right foot forward to finish us off. Take the right arm, both arms overhead. Hands in front of your heart, twist to your right. Left elbow outside the thigh. And step it forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale all the way on up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Sorry, left elbow outside right thigh. We're going to noose pose later, so I really want to emphasize this. Like scary so. You can take your right hand, press your right thigh deeper into your left tricep, and you can open up your arms here. Left arm to the floor, right arm stretches up. Keep your hips squared. Hands together. Look down, step the left foot back. Exhale, arms up and around to warrior two. Oh, that threw my balance off. Move slow. Practice this action of your right thigh bone moving straight back. Notice what that does in the pelvis, in the hips, in the legs. Right palm flips, reverse your warrior. Don't lose the bend in the front knee. Inhale forward to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Turn your right foot parallel to the left. Arms straight up and find a star pose. Turn the toes to the upper corners of your mat. Nice. Maybe shorten your stance as we bend into the knees for goddess squat. I always take my hands to my thighs, so I encourage my knees forward and back over the ankles. What is your tendency in this pose? Are you sticking your butt real far back? Can you draw your pelvis forward between the legs, then belly in and lift your chest up over the hips? Take your right hand behind the waist to find the crease of your left hip, and then gently tilt your head over to the left. Nice. Take your right hand around. Inhale up, star pose. Exhale to a warrior two to the back of the mat. Left toes turn now to the back. Right foot is in your shape. Inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, reach forward and down, triangle pose. Press your hips towards the right edge of your mat. Pull the belly in to fill out the low back. And then draw your rib cage as far away from your pelvis as you can. Ooh, nice adjustment there, Timothy. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, hands down around your left foot, step back. Take a vinyasa or go to dog. All right. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward and come into your high lunge. Hands in front of your heart, twist to the left, right elbow outside, left thigh. Step it forward so you're in your twisted chair. Got to get it in there somewhere. Step the right foot back and into warrior two. Fidget with that right foot if you don't feel long enough. And again, try and move your left knee forward and then hug the thigh bone back. Back means towards the top edge of your mat, not to the left, not to the right necessarily, but straight back. Left palm flips, reverse your warrior. Inhale, forward warrior two. Exhale, straighten the left leg, feet parallel. Toes to the upper corner as the arms lift overhead. And then exhale into goddess squat. Take your hands to your thighs as a nice reminder to press the knees out. Oh, Janet's back. Oh, good. We missed you. Lifting the chest. And again, what is our booty doing? Are we sticking our booties back? This is not appropriate. Draw your booties forward and under you. Take the left hand around the back towards the right hip. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Left hand to left knee. Inhale, spare pose. Exhale, warrior two to the top of the mat. Straighten the right leg, reach forward and down, triangle. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, hands down, step back, vinyasa. Not entirely sure our sides are even after that sequence. However, we're going to move on for the sake of time. We did everything? Okay, good. Oh, phew. When you're a little type A OCD, it's very frustrating when you forget. Oh my goodness. Okay, once again, bring your knees down, sit on your heels. The mystery. So Janet, I'm not sure I had mentioned to you, but I know in your room you have many blocks. So grab a couple of blocks. And for this, you don't need this for the blocks. You'll need it later. So I will take my blocks, bam, to the top of my mat, and I'm going to give myself space. All right, hands go here. I find my down dog. All right. Now, once again, I'm going to err on the side of keeping my hips low. If you are proficient in jumping forward with your hips over your shoulders and you can hold it, you may play there, but I'm not going to teach it today. I also can't do it very well, so we're not going to worry about it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to inhale forward towards my fingertips, bend my knees, and then keep my hips low to hold it and bring my feet through so I can sit down, okay? So that is the preferred version. If you want to do this and kind of think, you know, how do I get there over time? You come forward, you bend, and you do a little hop. Notice I have one foot crossed in front of the other, and I'm going to go do, 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 and come through and sit, right? So you can mimic the entire process, or you can do a little hop, right? And then tinkle your feet through. So let's try that. If you've never done this before, just see what you can do. Can you shift the weight forward? Can you bend into the knees? Can you do a little hop forward? Keeping everything real low, and then swing through. Give it a go. Do that 2 or 3. Now bring your knees in. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, we're just going to go up and back and down and cartwheel. Okay, cool. Huh? Get your blocks. Try it with the blocks. If you want to try without blocks, you're always welcome to. I don't know why I'm yelling. No control over the volume of my voice. Well, it's fun to try. But the blocks make this so much more accessible because it's very difficult to be able to pull your knees into the chest deeply enough when we're first learning this, right? Good. There you go. That was perfect. You just got to do that like 5,000 times. The blocks are our best friends. They're our best friends. We must learn to love our friends in our blocks, right? So once you come down, just set your blocks off to the side. We will travel back here momentarily, but find Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet open up. Look, we did this at the wall. Look, it's like I planned this or something. Okay, open up the feet. Now what I want you to try and imagine doing, you even take your hands to your shins, roll your shins out and down, okay? So you're kind of rolling the calves up to the sky. You're pressing your shins forward and down. Then take your hands to your thighs and do the opposite. Roll the thighs back and down. Keep that as you kind of manipulate your legs, say stay. Then you can hold on to the arches of your feet and energetically draw the knees down. Now sit up super tall and lean forward a little, but then sit back into your bums and then lean forward. Sit back, check in, are your shins still rolling down or your thighs rolling back? If your elbows can find the inner thighs, do so. And then keep working the chest forward, butt back, knees down. Do that a few more times. Keep sitting back further into the tailbone. Keep wrapping the shin bones forward, the thigh bones back and down. And then inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round your upper back like cat, and try and bring the crown of your head towards your feet. Keep pulling everything back towards your bums and draw the crown of the head towards your feet. If you are on the more flexible side, you might be able to round in enough that you bring your head to your feet. And after another breath there, inhale, lift up. Exhale, cross the ankles, pick your preferred leg, and re-grab those blocks. Now take your blocks, hands set firmly down. I'm going to bring my knees into my chest, be a little ball, flex my feet, lift up, and then swing. Nice big swing. That could be your vinyasa. Do a swing. Do a swing. I want you to swing. Timmy's being difficult. Sit down, knees in, hands down, pick your butt up. Flex your feet, pull your butt forward, swing it back. There you go. Use your blocks. You'll have more room to swing. All right, from there, you can just pick it up and then put your feet down and walk back, right? Then you can also pick it up, squeeze, shoot back, vinyasa. All right, we'll meet in downward facing dog. If you'd like to pause and take a moment to play with that, if you're on the recorded video, you can rewind me. Whatever you need to do. Bye, Timmy. All right. When you're ready, look forward, step your right foot outside the right hand, the left foot outside the left, come into Malasana. You can take any shape of the arms that sounds lovely to you here. Perhaps take the arms forward. You can round your upper back. You could always take eagle arms and bow forward, fingers towards the floor. Remember to do both sides. I think I'm going to stay here. This feels pretty good for me today. I like the eagle arms. Inhale, lift your chest if you're in the eagle arms with me, and we'll do the other side. I took my left arm under right, and now I'll work to bow forward. And then unwind your arms. Bakasana, the crow pose. In this shape, I always encourage to bring my feet together and start from a higher up position, bringing the feet literally to touch. My knees come out in that Baddha Konasana shape. Now, I don't press my knees forward. I hug my knees in towards my armpits, lean forward, set my shoulders towards my hips, and then pull the feet up to my glutes. If I can point, even better, because now I can point and lift my feet to my butt. Noticing how you can lean forward more and straighten the arms. Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Set your feet back down. Come into Malasana for a moment. Awesome. So from here, we'll take it into a crow B. So what that is where we try and straighten one leg forward. So if you'd like to watch me, you may do so. I take my hands here, feet together, lean forward, set the shoulders, point my feet, hug everything into the midline, and then I try and bring my right foot forward and point. And then look, I'm lifting my foot, crow, right? So we'll try that. And if you need to, you can bring one foot into crow, one foot forward. So you're already prefabricated and all you have to do is lift, okay? So you can get the shape, right? So you can come into your crow and work to straighten one leg forward by hugging it in, or you can bring your left knee in to set up for crow and wiggle your right foot forward, right? So you're in this very strange position. Then I hug everything in, bring my right foot forward and up, left foot up into the butt. Try that both sides. How'd that go, Timothy? That's okay. That's perfect. You know? Make sure you do both sides. If you haven't, brought right knee in, left foot forward. Right? Awesome. And then we'll gently just step back into a down dog after you have finished playing there. Inhale, right leg on up. Exhale, bring the right foot forward and around the right hand. So your right hand goes under and outside the right foot. Right shoulder underneath the right thigh. My hips automatically went out to the right. I didn't mean to do that. Bring your hip in towards the middle and then press your knee forward, left thigh up and back. Let's find a bound lizard pose, perhaps, taking the arms out into a T shape. They never have to leave the floor. You can lift the arms, or you can bind behind your back. Pull the right knee forward, lift the left thigh. Keep your chest squared down, gaze forward past your toes. Set your right hand down outside the right foot. Left hand down, shoulders distance in line with the right foot. Step your left foot up and behind the left tricep. Pull your left foot up into the glute. The right foot comes forward and up. Look, crow B. Oh my gosh. And then lift your hips, right foot in crow, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale. Did you do it? Yeah, Timmy. Downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot forward and around the left hand. Taking the hand outside the foot, drop the shoulder under the thigh. And then working 2 or 4 bound lizard. Arms come out to the sides. Arms come up like airplane wings. Hands bind behind your back. Pull the shoulders down. Hug the left hip straight back. And then carefully set the right hand down under your shoulder, left hand next to the left foot. Step in with that right foot. Set the knee outside the tricep. Pull the foot in. Left foot comes forward. Big drop of sweat just fell on my mat. Lift your hips. Squeeze in. Back. Upward facing. Downward facing. Awesome. Take an extra breath here. Hello. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward for warrior 1. Left heel spins in flat. We come on up. Now, in our warrior 1s, we always hear the cue, square your hips forward. And I've been realizing this is not a very good cue to use. Because we're squaring the chest forward, my right hip goes straight back. My left hip point, the pelvis, knobby part there, is going to the upper left corner of my mat. It is not going forward. I'm going to keep my left hip pressing towards that spot to ground down through the outer edge of my foot and then into my right knee. Now my belly turns forward and I lift my arms. Take your hands behind your back, stretch the knuckles down, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Crown of the head towards the right ankle. Notice what you did with your hips here. Are they facing to the right? Can you try and hug your right hip towards your left side of the mat? Inhale, lift your chest halfway, look to the right foot, step the left foot forward, bound chair pose with the feet together. This class is kind of mean. I'm sorry, guys. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, and then lower into a squat so your heels lift. Remember, way back when, before we did many jumps into crazy things, I said we do noose pose. And noose pose is one that I love to play with. So we're in this shape. I'll twist to the right, take my left elbow outside my right thigh, and today you might find your prayer shape, working on your balance and sustaining this. You can also take your left leg, left arm outside your right thigh and lift the right arm up. You can also try and take your left hand around the shins towards the left ankle, sit up tall, right hand comes behind. Oh no, this is such a tricky pose. And then unwind yourself, sit onto your butt, lift your feet. Navasana. Ooh, but you gotta get your weight into the right foot. I can't see you guys now, my feet are in the way. Lift your legs higher, boat pose, sit up taller. Right ankle in front of left, grab your blocks. You can do a bump up and then step back to down dog. You can swing, right? You can swing and take it back. I always hit my foot there. Find your down dog. However you get there is your choice. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Again, notice my right hip. I'm not trying to shove my right hip forward. Doesn't feel very good. Taking my right hip point right up to the right upper corner of my mat. Lifting the right arch, hugging the left thigh bone, straight back, arms overhead. And then keep the foundation and just work your belly towards the left thigh. Interlace the hands behind the back, opposite grip, funky grip. Stretch the knuckles down, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Lift the arms overhead. Press the left hip towards the right side of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Look forward, step the right foot next to the left, touch the feet, lift the chest. Bound Utkatasana. And then exhale, hands to the ground as you come down into that little squat. Pashasana, the noose pose, taking your hands in front of the heart. Option one is to work on the triceps outside the thigh, keeping your weight over into the right foot, keeping everything squared. You can also try and open the arms here. And then the last little bit is to try, take the arm in front of and around. It's very difficult. Oh my goodness. We try and balance, balance, balance. And then carefully unwind yourself, come to your butts. Inhale, Navasana. Chest is lifted, legs stretch out away from you, arms reach forward towards your feet. Left ankle crosses in front of right. Grab those blocks. They should be conveniently located. Bump it up, swing, or take it back. All right. We have time. I'm so excited. Okay. The pigeon pose. Right knee forward behind the wrist. Right ankle in line behind the left wrist. Hug the right hip back. Left hip point squares down. And then we can fold belly over right shin. Let's take a good 30 seconds or so to breathe, to relax, to enjoy our pigeon. Inhale, lift the chest. Set your hands under your shoulders. Lean to the right. Take your left foot around. Keep your right foot in like an easy seat or like Sukhasana. And then, my apologies, I forgot I wanted to do this pose today. And if you need a strap, please take a moment to grab a strap. Now, you can hold on to the arch of the foot, left foot with the right hand, the outer edge with the left hand, and take the leg straight up. You can keep the knee bent. If you know the bind, my back of my left hand comes forward in front of the sole of my foot, and I hold the left wrist with my right hand to straighten the leg. I'll lean forward, so I'm sitting down into my tailbone and lift the chest, bend my left knee and straighten the leg. Sit up tall and then work the left leg to the chest. Little bend in the elbows, pointing them up. Good. Fun, right? Crownchasana. I like this pose. Heron's pose. And then bend your left knee, set the foot down, and swing the right leg back and around for pigeon other side. What, the transition? Oh, I'm so glad. Every once in a while I can come up with something that we haven't done before. So, belly over your shin and fold. Ah. Also have to find moments where I can be nice to people. I don't know what you mean. Take your hands in under your shoulders, lift the chest, shift the weight to the left hip, right leg comes around, left foot comes in like a nice comfortable seat. You choose strap, hold on to the foot with both hands, or try this mystery grip. Back of my right hand faces the sole of my foot. I hold the right wrist with the left hand, and then straighten. Notice if you have a lot of rounding in the low back, sit up taller, try and pull the abdomen in and up. Bend your right knee, straighten the leg, and bring your eyes to your toes. Hold my wrist bunny. Little bend in the right knee, set the foot down, and then carefully cross the ankles and make your way back to down dog. That's an opportunity to take it up and back. Oh, my boys did it. I don't know what Wade's doing. That's perfect, Wade. Yes. By George, he's got it. All right. My last crazy thing is for Timmy, because I think he'll appreciate it. You will too. All right, so I learned a new trick. Let's see if I can do it for you all today. All right. Bhujapidasana, you all know, is one of my favorite poses, plus Titi-Ba'asana, which is what we'll be doing. And now I'll show you how we can jump forward into them. It's a lot of pressure. I haven't done this before. Okay. So I will take my blocks forward like so. My hands come here. Again, like we were saying earlier, I'm going to keep my hips low, and I'm going to try and think feet up until they come around my arms. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just watch. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. It's a lot of pressure. Okay. So it's really fun, I swear. So I'm going to come forward. On my butt. Oh, hang on. I did. I fell on my butt. And hook. Isn't that fun? It's so much fun, right? So you got to keep yourself lifted. I have to do it with blocks. I cannot do this without blocks yet. All right, and then part B of Bhujapidasana is to point your toes, bring your chest forward, and you come through. All right, and then like our crow B, lift the legs, crow, chaturanga. Okay? So what I want, the last part was for these two. What I want most of us to be working on today is seeing if we can jump the feet forward, get them outside the feet, right? And then over time, jump, get your feet in front of your hands, right? So you get used to this jumping sensation. So try it once or skip it, right? So if you are jumping, I'll show. If you just want to do Bhujapidasana, you take your feet as wide as your mat. I'm going to bend my knees to walk my hands back behind me, lower my butt down to the floor and wiggle my feet forward and around to pull them up. Oh, I had to follow my butt there too. And I pull my feet together, knees in, lift the chest, right? Cool. With the block? I've done that too. Yes, you go slow. You go very slow when you jump forward. Do not jump forward quickly. It's about control. Oh, so close. So close. Nope, do both. Nope, do both. No. Nope, do both. Okay, so from there, let's play with TT. All right, when you're ready to move on, which I'm sure most of us are like, yeah. So I'm going to take my blocks to the middle of my mat. I'll walk my feet in front, take my feet as wide as the mat. My fingers face forward, not behind, forward. I set them down. I get my arms under my thighs. Now I got to lower my butt. If you would like, you can keep your butt parallel to the floor or work butt down towards the floor and lift your feet. My hands are way too close together. And point your toes. Okay? So try TT for a moment. If you have very tight wrists, have little expectation of this feeling comfortable or accessible, set the hands down, facing forward, and just sit on yourself. Try and shift the weight back, shift the weight forward to start opening up the wrists. I do hope you all know you can just take a TT here. I'm just trying to put this in for my Zoom friends who need assistance. Ooh, that actually felt really good. Awesome. I know, right? Thighs, Marcy. Yeah, and remember, you can bap your thighs here and go, thank you, legs, for taking care of me and for me working you. You're all right. Right? How was the TT? What? Oh, because your wrist? It feels fine. I understand. Okay. Well, when you're ready, I love that. You're letting it go. You're not doing ego. I love it. So when you're ready, come down to a seat. Oh my gosh, I might have done time today. Okay. I know, right? Right ankle above your left knee. Thank you for playing with my hopping. I know it's crazy and scary, but we don't have to worry so much about that. I'm always happiest when I go to a class where I can't do everything. So I hope some of you share that idea as well. So I'm just leaning forward, sitting back into my tailbone. You can flex your feet, point your toes. This is one of those shapes that feels very relaxing for me. I know, it's a good hip stretch for me. And then slowly come on up. We'll baby cradle, hold the knee with the right hand, foot with the left hand. Lift up, sit tall. This is option 1. Option 2 is to take the elbows under the calves. Again, sitting tall. And option 3 is to cradle your baby. Sitting up, again, very tall. Keep your foot there. Awesome. Now, you may bend your left knee to plant the foot and very carefully lower onto your back for a supine baby cradle, and then you can re-straighten the left leg. Very sharply flex the right foot in any of the positions that you're in for your arms. Good. Can you bring your leg to the floor, Wade? Yep, and bring your hands under your chin like this and push your head up. Good. Bring your left leg up to the ceiling. Draw your foot forward toward your face and then swing yourself back on up. Set your right ankle back down on top of the left knee and the left foot comes under the right knee. Oh, flex, draw the toes towards each other. Resist bringing that left shin like an easy seat. This isn't crisscross applesauce. We want to bring the shin forward. From there, take your hands into the soles of your feet, and like we did in Baddha Konasana, sit back into your tailbone and draw your chest forward. Nice. See, when I actually work the class at a reasonable speed, I have a closing sequence. Yay. Woo-hoo. So proud of myself. Inhale, lift your chest, unwind the legs, bounce your knees. And then we'll go to the other side. Left ankle over the right knee. Sit up nice and tall. Again, set that left foot, flex it, drawing the toes towards your left knee. Reach forward, find your shin, find the floor, find your foot. I feel it in my left, right in the piriformis, like in the bullseye. Lift your chest, hold your foot with your right hand, your knee with the left. Lift, this is option 1. Option 2, elbows under your calves, hands toward your face. Or you may wrap. Or Wade is putting his leg behind his head. One day. I tend to roll around a lot. Awesome. Slide the right foot in, carefully lower down. Re-straighten the right leg, stretching it out long. My left hip is tight. Beautiful. Lift the right leg, flex your foot toward your face, draw it closer, swing the leg forward to get the momentum to come up. Carefully set the left ankle on top of the right knee, right ankle under left knee. Draw the toes towards one another, and take the hands to the soles of the feet and fold. Double pigeon, logs in the fire, whatever you like to call it. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, unwind your legs, bounce your knees. And then hands to the thighs, and guess what? Time to come on to the back. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap the arms around the shins, and gently rock right and left. We'll take the arms into a T shape and drop the knees over to the right. Close the eyes, look to the left. Inhale, lift the knees into the chest. Exhale, knees to the other side, look to the right. Inhale, knees to chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. And as you inhale, lift your forehead to your knees. And exhale, remove all the air from the lung. No, oh my goodness. Inhale, knees to chest. Take it all in, exhale, legs out long. Oh my gosh, we have to redo that. Okay, hang on. One more time. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around your shin. As you inhale, lift the knees, lift the head into the knees. Feel the lungs fill. And then as you exhale, take the legs out and release into Shavasana. As you rest here, reflect back on class. Perhaps you did a lot of very strange things today that you were not expecting. They might have been more filled with negative emotions. As you inhale, take in all the positivity, and as you exhale, let all the negativity go. Don't worry about what you could or couldn't do. Allow the brain, allow the body, the spirit to absorb all of this and take it with you moving forward, setting new goals, looking at new horizons, and face these things with passion, with a zeal. And remember, we do this for the love of the practice and for our love of ourselves. So rest and surrender here in Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes, rock the head side to side, small, gentle movements. Arms come overhead, nice long good morning stretch. Reach the arms away, point the toes, flex the feet. In your own time, guide the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Rock right and left, easing your way onto your right side. Rest in the fetal position and take this moment to say thank you to your body, remembering to never fight with your body, to embrace it. Press into the hands, come on up to a seated pose, sitting nice and tall. Eyes closed, hands together in front of the heart. Thank you all very much, in-house and virtually, for sharing your practice with me this morning. I hope you have beautiful days and weekends ahead of you. I hope we all get to be together again very soon. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for playing with me. Marcy, Janet, thank you very much for being here. Oh, Timmy's turning the lights on for me. He's such a good guy. Nice. Thank you guys very much. Janet, what happened to your internet?
So our internet keeps going out. It's so
frustrating.
So here
I'm so sorry.
On the right side, and I was like, boy, she's having us hold here for a long time.
Oh, no. Man, she's mean. I know, I looked up and I was like, Janet's gone.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes while we were trying to get it to work again, but it was great what you were doing. I couldn't do all of it.
It's recorded, so you could always go back.
Oh, goody.
Allie, you might want to take
What's
a
up,
poll
Marcy?
and see, you know what, it might be easier for us Zoom folks to have your mat the other way, horizontally instead of vertically. So you might want to ask around and see what people think. I don't want to change your routine, but
No. If you think that would be better for you, especially on Thursdays, because I have the space. So I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, that might work. I mean,
or like what I did when I was at home, I had the T I had one mat going one way and then one going this way. So if they're right.
Yeah.
So I can do that. Thank you for telling me
especially on
that.
some of those crazy poses. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know what she's doing with her feet.
What is she doing?
Yeah, right. And I'm far away and it's little. And so, yeah, thank you for telling me that. I'm happy to.
Yeah. That was fun class. Though.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm glad. I was like, oh, God, I don't know how this is going to go. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah. That was fun.
The beginning was really educational. I didn't expect it to be. So I was like, yeah, my tailbone's down toward the wall, no problem. Then you kept going. And so I was like, so my low belly's in. And then you said something about just look at where your back is lifting or something. And I was like, oh my God. And I let it down.
Good.
Like, this is really hard. And I took that into all the things that you did afterwards. And
it's different.
What she means. Is that where it
is? I've been doing a lot of trying to learn the hollow body shape, which is what we need for arm balances, for inversions, and to keep the low back safe, right? Especially for a lot of us who I'm very, we talk a lot, Janet, about how we have more of a lift and a lot of curve in the low back. Right. So it's really important for us to learn the opposite action so that we have a nice balance of front body and back body strength.
Yeah, it wasn't where I thought it was. So that's why it was
right? I know.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's how I always am. And when I first was like, oh, that's not what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's
so cool.
Really cool.
I'm so glad. We can always make up for what you missed tomorrow.
Well, that was just fabulous. And I learned how to move my hips in pincha going up. I finally got it.
Yay!
That was fun.
I'm so glad. Oh, Timmy's working. Oh, I love it. All right, I'm going to go watch Timmy work.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Allie. Have a good week.
You guys.
I'll see you. That was great.
You too. Bye.
Take care, Janet.
Bye.